People ask me why I'm still single. They say, you were a rock star, used to be in a band, traveled the world, used to be on TV, work in the oil fields, you ran your own business, you're very handsome. I used to give answers like, I don't have any money or I don't have any time. But the real reason, I'll just get right to it. I grew up around a teaching where it was shameful for guys to be attracted to girls. Yes, you heard that right. Boyfriend-girlfriend relationships were labeled sinful and not allowed. So whenever I liked someone, I couldn't tell anybody and I had to keep it to myself. The teaching called Courtship claimed to be old-fashioned, biblically based, a way to prevent heartache, and with many other claims, it spread like a fad through the churches. Parents, pastors, books, rock bands talked about this, but just because it was put in a book or preached in church alone doesn't make it right. Hitler wrote a book. We all know where that one went. Through Jim Jones's preaching, over 900 people drank poison Kool-Aid. 25 cents a cup! And I've even talked about it too. And I've definitely been wrong a few times in my life. So what we need to do here is look at what the Bible calls fruit and what the business world calls the results. What Courtship taught was that if you wanted to get to know someone, you had to commit to marrying them before you could get to know them better one-on-one versus the other way around. It was based and fueled on fear and distrust and taught that dating was always bad and sinful. In courtship, it is better to do nothing than to risk hurting someone's feelings. Now let's look at the results. The results for me were I wouldn't go out of my way to talk to girls. I would avoid a girl just because I thought she was pretty, afraid I was basing my attraction off looks alone. I wouldn't pursue a girl because I wasn't sure I wanted to marry her. So essentially, I buried my talents out of fear of doing something wrong or hurting someone's feelings, and I wouldn't ask girls out or try to get to know them. So if you were wondering. And I've learned that it's not just me. The practice of this fad has left widespread trails of people my age still single, and many of them have developed confidence issues, confusion, unrealistic expectations, low self-esteem, and in my research I've learned that it is one of the 3 leading causes for singleness in America. But I'll leave that to another video. So we have this problem. The problem needs a solution, and I would like to start out the solution with a story. When I was in the oil fields of North Dakota, I was working with some of my coworkers and they found out that I was still single and never really got into dating. They asked me if I would go on a date, and I said, yeah. And they got all excited. They're like, oh man, we're gonna hook you up. We're gonna show you how it's done. Then they texted me like, hey, we're gonna tell you where to meet us. And I'm thinking, oh boy, what did I get myself into? So I texted them back and I said, hey, can we just go to the bowling alley, play a few games, get a meal, and end it at that? Their response was, this is not kindergarten. Their idea of a date is if you don't go all the way, you haven't gone far enough, and you get labeled a kindergarten dater. You see, we have these 2 extremes. One extreme that says just having some innocent fun, sharing a meal, is going too far. And another extreme that says not going all the way isn't going far enough. And I don't see myself fitting into either one. I'm in this balanced area they call kindergarten, where people can hang out, get to know each other without fear, having innocent fun, and see each other as people rather than just objects or temptations to avoid. In my studies, I realized there are a lot of people in this balanced area. Yes, you're not alone. Girls, I feel for you. You're in a tough spot. You don't want to be seen as someone who's living in fear or thinking that dinner is one step away from the wedding invitations, and you don't want to be seen as just an object, because you're so much more than that. You have a heart and a personality that's unique. You should be proud of who you are, and having balance is nothing to be ashamed of. So instead of them putting you down, calling you a kindergarten dater, you should take that title and proudly carry it. So the idea is to let the world know that you're proud of who you are. You're proud to be someone with balance, and take this message, KGD, and put it where people can see it. On a bracelet, on a t-shirt, on a necklace, post it on your Facebook, comment KGD under this video, and let the world know that having balance is something you're not ashamed of. And guys, don't just think that all church girls are one extreme or the other, or want huge commitments before you get to know them. And don't think that all girls will be offended because you offer to take her to an event or dinner, because it's not true. For real. Scroll on down to the comment section and see that there are girls with high standards that are not living in fear. And guys, in kindergarten, it's okay to pick them some flowers.